while I applied to medical/dental schools. So 4 years ago, when I entered college, I wasn't a Christian. Although I had heard about Jesus Christ and kind of knew who he was, it wasn't until I started coming to GCC that I truly understood what it meant to enter into a personal relationship with him and what he had truly done for us. As I learned more about Christ through sermons and Bible studies, I fell more and more in love with him. My first family group, Postmarked, was incredibly blessing and loving to me, showing me just what it meant to love Christ and love others. As freshman year progressed, I gradually became more and more involved in GCC, attending Sunday services, FNL, morning prayers, prayer vigils, etc. And when I went home for the summer break, I told all my friends about Jesus, but they thought I was just silly. However, for whatever reason, I had a really hard time feeling like I belonged in the GCC family. I constantly felt overshadowed and unwanted, like that awkward piece of the puzzle that you try to make fit in with the rest of the puzzle, but just doesn't belong. Whenever someone forgot my birthday or forgot to invite me to a group hangout, I was deeply hurt and I felt really lonely and excluded. I didn't know at this time, but the enemy had been trying to turn me against the GCC community. Slowly I withdrew from the community, and as I did, it became harder to live out my faith. Sometimes the pain of loneliness hurt so much that I was tempted to leave the church and find a new one. But God kept reminding me of this one verse. 1 Corinthians 12 says, just as a body, though one, has many parts, but all its many parts form one body, so it is with Christ. I knew that even though I felt like I didn't belong, God had a purpose for bringing me here to GCC. In the middle of my senior year, I went through an extremely rough patch in my personal life. And during this dark time, I kept pushing others away because I just wanted to be alone and I didn't want others to see how miserable I was. But even then, many brothers and sisters, younger and older, continued to gather around me and comfort me, encourage me, and pray for my healing. There'd be so many times I felt like I was draining out my friends, but they were always available and willing to take time out of their busy schedule to meet up with me. And I realized that all this time, the enemy had been telling me lies on top of lies on top of lies, and just highlighting upon my deepest insecurities. God showed me that although we are all imperfect, we are all his children, and we all form one body of Christ. Through GCC, I learned what it means to truly forgive someone, regardless of what they did or how much they hurt you. I learned how to love others without expecting to be loved back. And most of all, I learned and saw what it means to wake up every morning and just live for Christ. Please pray for me as I go back home for the summer and witness to my non-Christian family. And also pray for me as I apply to medical/dental schools and decide which one to apply to. Thank you.